Hey everyone, Happy New Year and welcome to another episode of the GC Informer. I'm your host Mark, also known as Koistorch. As you may have guessed, some of us had taken a short break due to the holidays so we could rest up for the coming year. Thank you for all your support over 2018 and we look forward to another great year with 2019. And now it's time for news. First up, Nintendo have revealed the release date for the new Yoshi game on Switch, Yoshi's Crafted World. Crafted World will launch globally on March 29th exclusively for the Nintendo Switch. Crafted World is built in a similar vein to Kirby's Epic Yarn, which will also be re-released soon on the Nintendo 3DS. Yoshi's Crafted World takes things a step further than both Epic Yarn and the previous Yoshi entry, Woolly World, by adding even more new mechanics and interactable environments. There's a rather larger emphasis on background and foreground interaction, as Yoshi is able to flip the perspective for puzzle solving and collectible hunting. It's also really nice aesthetically, as the crafted world is held together by cardboard boxes, tape and glue. It looks like another one of Nintendo's pet projects that might not be that challenging or all that unique, but it'll be incredibly charming and a simple joy to play. Once again, Yoshi's Crafted World will release on March 29th this year for the Nintendo Switch. Next up, Square Enix have announced yet another mobile game and another Final Fantasy one at that. Simply titled Final Fantasy Digital Card Game, Square Enix hope to capitalise even further on nostalgia and the FF money train. Not a whole lot is known about it yet, but it does look interesting with a classic pixel art presentation style and a fairly complicated board setup. It almost looks like a turn-based RPG rather than a card game. It has been confirmed for release on iOS, Android and PC in 2019, and while a localization hasn't been announced, given the property, it's fairly safe to make assumptions. It is possible to sign up to the Japanese beta right now, but unless you understand the language, I imagine you'd run into more than a few issues. More on the game as it develops. And lastly today, Capcom have announced Dragon's Dogma Dark Arisen will be making its way to Switch in April. Now, I'm pretty vocal about how much I love the Switch and how I'm excited about third-party support and how last year was great for the indie scene and whatnot. We had some good ports and we had some bad ports, or completely mistimed ports. And while I love Dragon's Dogma, I feel this port was both unnecessary and poorly timed, considering the remaster of Dark Arisen already happened 2 years ago, and the original game came out in 2012. I didn't mind it so much with the Dark Souls remaster because at least that was in the same year. But for Dragon's Dogma, it's kind of at the point where we just want a sequel and not a re-release. For people that haven't played it, it's fantastic. Would have greatly benefited from multiplayer, but still a really enjoyable game. I've had my issues with Capcom over the last few years with the sense that sometimes they know exactly what they're doing. For example, practically anything that involved Monster Hunter World and its marketing. Then sometimes they just don't understand what's going on, like Street Fighter V's launch, the 2 years it took to fix the game, and the recent advertising bonus fiasco. With Resident Evil 2 and Devil May Cry 5 so close, you'd think another port would be a bit of a mistake, especially if you wanted to gauge how well it would sell. I just think it's another odd choice when we really could use confirmation on an actual sequel or a spiritual successor. I'd also like to hear what happened to Deep Down, if anyone remembers that game from the PS4 initial reveals. Anyway, Dragon's Dogma Dark Arisen on Switch will release on April 23rd, and will include all previously released DLC and expansions. The game is also available right now for PS3, Xbox 360, PC, Xbox One and PS4. And that's all the time we have for today. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and please let us know what you thought of today's topics in the comments below. Until next time, bye!